Hello, this is Michael Ensor with ClickUp Mastery. Wanted to give a quick overview of what is in the course right now. I actually thought it was a pretty cool idea. One of the people in the group had asked, if this is the right thing for them. And while I only made it less than $1 a day so that anyone could get access, I figured it'd be even better to just hop in and give a little tour of what's in here. Of course, I want to make this quick for you as well. So I didn't have time to do the thumbnails, generic graphic. Reason being is that I'm not a course creator. I own and build and sell agencies. I've been doing it for the past 12 years. The closest I've ever gotten to selling a course before is private label training for other agencies. So this is in effect everything that I've been doing from Trello, Asana, Basecamp, Jira, anything that you can imagine compiled into what ClickUp can offer. The benefit to this as well is that the only reason that this exists is because I use it and I put every single person I hire, doesn't matter what department, through this training. So the moment that they're assigned tasks, not only do they know how to organize the task, but they know how to date it properly. They know how to prioritize it. They know how to add time estimates. They know how to read comments. They know how to respond. They know how to do sub comments. They know how to do task versus subtask, status training, pretty much everything that you would need out of someone. But the problem that I was having was that I was hiring people and it would take them 2 weeks to properly be able to address a task. Now, it doesn't matter who I hire, if they're experts or if they're entry level, anybody who goes through this knows how to properly apply and communicate in ClickUp. So out of the gate, one of the things that I do, and again, this is important, is set the expectation. Making sure anybody who watches this from the very beginning knows what the requirement is of them once they go through the course. Because I don't want people to have a general intro about ClickUp without them knowing, hey, by the end of this, this is what's expected of you. Then, of course, the general intro to ClickUp. Main thing that I've found people have issues with in ClickUp is understanding how to view their task and assess their day. We have a pretty stacked ClickUp. Like I said, I have over 20 people working in ClickUp on different departments: SEO, Google Ads, social ads, CRM, creative. We have a full team in the back end that helps build out all our audits. And then we also do white label account management for other agencies. So we have a lot of different moving pieces, which is why it's very important that we have these systems in place, including utilizing the home tab and the calendar to organize your day, utilizing the notification section as an inbox and how to filter it, how to filter all your tasks and views, and then, of course, use filters inside those views so that you can organize everything that you're looking at and prioritize your task. And then, of course, statuses is huge for me. I want to know what's being done, where it's at, and if a certain thing happens, like a client responds or we're waiting on a client or a project manager needs to get involved. This explains vividly what the expectation is. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is time tracking and priorities. These are also things that I see people have a lot of hard times with, is what they should be tracking times with, what's priorities, and we really wanted to iron that out. And then last but not least, task templates. This is really important because if you have people that are going to be utilizing ClickUp the way that it should, you should have task templates built in. Teaching your team how to use those templates keeps you from having the manage project managers, and project managers can then apply tasks to their team. All you get to see essentially from the helicopter view is that these tasks are being done. And if you know what your templates already have in them, then you already know what comes with those assignments. This is an example of what I'm adding on as we see different things. There's different things that we're going to continue to add to this because we're opening it up to the public. But a major thing that I want to do is never get involved or bottleneck the communication between a client and your team when it comes to getting things approved. As long as the task in itself doesn't require any type of nuance where I have to interject, I want my team to work and email the client as a white label person so they think it's coming from me or someone at my company, even if it's not, and go through ClickUp using my email so that they can communicate directly with the client. I'll get to see everything that's happening and see all the emails, but even the task of making sure who you CC as an example is in here. One more thing I wanted to add is that this is one of many methodologies that people can use for ClickUp. I have a team of 20 people. I have to manage them as effectively as possible. With that being said, there's always things that we're adding. There's columns and labels and tags and drop downs and different types of things that we're continuing to build into our system to continue to make sure that as we scale, we're automating as much work as possible. So as we get that, we'll be adding it to the course. We're not going to really break up or partition this. This is just one big thing at ClickUp courses, but you could effectively use this for your team members as well. Have them go through it. You'll see at the end that as long as they use this training, they will absolutely be more efficient. I personally built this training because it was for me. I've been using ClickUp for, I think, 2 years now. And I mean, when I first started, there was a learning curve. You know, I'm used to Trello, used to Asana, but with this, you can combine all of those things plus do so much more. So would this make you a power user? It would absolutely put you on the path to be one if you aren't one by the time you get through this. Also, I always recommend to the team, hey, have the training open when you're going through ClickUp in the first week or two. That way, if you have any like, oh, I wish I could do this, just open it up and you'll see the only core things that you really need to be worried about are already in these lists. And last but not least, just a quick summary. Intro and expectation, how to look at all the tasks and all the different ways to view how you're getting pinged and what you need to prioritize, and then also doing the work. And then last but not least, updating the end user or the end client. So I hope this video helps shed some light into these sections. I have 3 free ClickUp trainings on my YouTube as example videos. So if you go to our YouTube channel, which is Advertising Report Card, we actually have a lot of free tutorials between Facebook and PPC and SEO. We actually have really extensive training on marketing stuff, but that's all private. We're not putting that public now. Potentially we might in the future, but not right now. The free ClickUp tutorials, we have 3. So if you go to our channel and check out the playlist themselves. So as you can see here, it's the home, notification, and schedule. These are 3 core pieces of just getting started. But again, just this, organizing your schedule and ClickUp like a boss. This training alone, I noticed, takes people who even know ClickUp, and it puts them up here at this next level. And everybody who knew ClickUp has come to me and said, hey, look, I was already familiar, but now I feel much more confident in what I'm doing. And people who've never used ClickUp before, you know, they ask for that learning curve because we do have multiple training videos, but the speed in which people are picking this up and they're responding to tasks and getting practice is, I mean, we're pretty much expecting within 7 days for people to be able to do comprehensive responding and communication in ClickUp. It's the fastest onboarding I've ever had for agency work, because anyone who's been doing agencies for a long time knows that hiring a new person, just getting them to figure out how to log into accounts and find tasks can take a week. So this has definitely expedited that whole process. I'm going to stop the video here. It's been 8 minutes. If you're still watching, you're awesome. It's less than $1 a day. What's the worst that could happen? Talk to you soon.